Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 15th Offline TV podcast. The main crew is in at EDC. They're in Vegas.
Whoa.
We are the main crew now.
Exactly.
Right now. And then we will quickly not be the main crew once they return.
Whoa. All right, Shaw has asked me to be on the podcast enough to where I'm at least half a main crew.
You are. Have you been in every episode
no,
of the podcast?
I missed 4.
Okay.
So that's almost a third.
Yeah,
you know?
but that's compared to how many other people have missed. That's pretty good.
I guess.
Yeah, so like we were saying, everyone is out, so I'll be hosting. I drew the short straw. No one else wanted to do it. Albert is going to be cooking on the laptop since Sean, the producer, is not here.
Yes, I have to multitask
Also
here.
at
Yeah, also EDC. But to be fair, Albert did not come up with the topic list, so we can still flame Sean if the topics suck.
The topics are very bad from what I'm looking at right now. So trust me, I'm just waiting.
Someone clip that. Send it to Sean.
Cool. Well, before we get too far into it, what's everyone been up to this week or since the last one? Anything?
MSI!
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god.
sorry.
I think that's like an official topic. How about personally? Anything personally?
I'm a boring ass guy, dude.
Well, you started going...
The personal training, yeah. It's so weird going to personal training because people start seeing stuff that like doesn't exist. Like my comments are like, wow, you look so much better since you started going to the gym. I'm like, dude, I've gained weight since I went to the gym. Like
Maybe it's muscle.
no. Like, cause I got off my meal plan. Like I ate like shit like a week and a half straight.
Oh, are you not on keto anymore?
No, because it was never a long term thing.
Okay.
So, but like trying to organize like my eating habits plus my gym stuff has been like bad for me health wise. Even though I feel really good about going to the gym, so it's gonna take like a month for me to probably get there. But then, yeah, people are just. I see comments like, "Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight since he switched off." I'm like, dude, I've gained like 10 pounds. Like, you guys sure? Like, you guys are blind,
Muscle
right?
weight.
Some people in the chat are saying that we're a little soft. I don't know if that's true. Albert, is it true?
I think you're a little bit...
Am I soft? Okay, I can talk a little louder.
I'm rock hard.
I can also...
Rock solid.
Settings are the same as every other podcast.
Okay,
so-
well, you guys are just wrong. Everybody in chat.
Yeah. Josh, what about you? Anything popping in the last week?
I finally watched Detective Pikachu, so that was something I did personally.
We went to the same theater at the same time accidentally.
And
Wait.
then
You guys live together. What was it? Like?
No, we didn't know.
We individually made plans and then saw each other, and I'm like sitting there with a beer. I was like, oh, I gotta prepare for this movie. And then I see them walk in, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else has happened in my life?
You hit front page with 13K
Oh yeah.
viewers.
Oh,
Aren't
yeah.
you guys? Weren't you guys on that?
No,
that
I-
video too.
He was.
Are you not Asian?
Scarra got the email.
I never responded to it.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think not everyone who did it got like the front page. Like I got like one of the rotating side ones, as did Lily.
Yeah.
And I think Jamie got
The front
front
page.
because she was
Yeah.
like the first one to kick off the event.
Gotcha.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I got front, and I was doing some dumbass shit on my stream too. So
That's pretty much in line with what you normally do, though.
that's true.
For Twitch front page, isn't it the kind of thing where you can only get one every year or something, or like 6 months?
I think that might be why, because I had front page earlier.
I think you can request for it individually, but like like special occasions like will supersede the
Right. So
limit.
you can request for the 4th of July GLT
Yes.
drunk show. You could technically request that as separate from you normally requesting.
Yes. No. Wait. No.
Wait, this is GLT part 2 plus
Wait.
Albert.
Oh shit! You're
Oh
right.
my god!
We got
Wait
the
a-
band back together.
Back together. GLT.
Oh my
GLT.
God.
Scar's like,
I'm like I feel like the guy who starts podcasts and kills podcasts. It's like I'm here to just make it so you're invested in it. I'm the writers of your favorite show. I'm the Game of Thrones writers. You were invested in my show for a year and now, fuck off. It's over. Except for Game of Thrones.
He's got a Star Wars trilogy to make.
Yeah.
oh god.
Anything else?
No, not in my life, man.
Albert.
Wait.
Hey,
I'm the host.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was just checking in. I did not go to EDC, not because I didn't want to, unlike what a lot of people thought, but just like there's a lot of stuff going on in my life. I'm going to New Jersey next week with Lily to go visit her brother for his graduation. Then I'm going to
Aw.
HuskyCon or Husky Gaming Expo, which is at University of Washington.
Two different things.
I was like,
I think-
there's a Husky Con? Why are you going to a Husky
No,
Con?
no. Husky Gaming Expo, I think, is the
okay.
actual name.
JK.
So I'm going with.
I'm a lot less excited now.
Yeah, so I'm going with Lily and Box, and they're making us do a lot of stuff. So if anyone's in Washington, be sure to go. I think it's free. And then after that, I'm going to my first real wedding of like a close friend from college.
Ooh.
Yeah. So and then this will be my first bachelor party into
Ooh.
the wedding.
Hey.
But I think it's just going to be a land
What
party.
I was gonna say, what's planned for the bachelor party?
I think they planned this really last minute. They got engaged in December and they're getting married in June.
That's a really quick
Wow.
turnaround. A lot of
Yeah.
people take like a year.
year,
Yeah.
Exactly. So the bachelor party, I think, is just a LAN party.
Wait, that's
kinda dope.
But
sick,
what?
dude.
But what are you playing?
I think like Super Smash Brothers, League of
Ooh.
Legends, maybe some
Ooh.
StarCraft, board games. Yeah. And then there's only 1 day break in between the bachelor party and then the wedding. And I'm playing in the wedding as well.
Mm.
All right, so
You're gonna be like hungover, like on the violin, just like.
Mhm. And then after that, the streamer camp stuff is going on full force. So I've just been working
Damn,
on
back
that.
to back to
Back
back.
to back.
Busy boy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Don't believe his lies. He's just been staying home watching anime all day.
That's not true. Only at lunch and dinner. Run with the
Oh,
Wind
I
is
guess
a
I'm
great
going to
show.
sleep.
It is.
And then-
That show's actually really good.
Run with the Wind. Highly
Is there a
recommend.
new season, or are you guys just late on it?
He's late.
No, it's late. It's
Yeah.
like 2 seasons old now.
Yeah, because I remember Ashley was watching that a while ago. Saw some of it. I'm just nocturnal. That's just my whole life story right now. Is just how fucked my sleep schedule is. And normally I like being nocturnal. I really enjoy not being awake when other people are because there's no one on the road. But like, there's been things happening in other people's lives that affect my sleep schedule. Like someone's eyeball exploding multiple times. And you just pour water on yourself? So yeah, I haven't been like, once again, it's selfish to complain about because it's like, oh, all these awful things are happening to other people that impact my life as well. So, like, I won't deny that like it has made me very tired every day of the week, and I'm ready for it to end.
Might be.
Not just you, there's other things too. But yeah, I'm not complaining about it. Just saying like I want my sleep. I want to sleep.
Josh, next time don't fucking bleed out of your eyes.
I'll try not to next time.
Hey, my family was visiting. All right, it wasn't just Josh. There was other things going on. But yeah, other than that, any other big news before we start getting into the show?
Nah, man.
No?
We went over all the big stuff.
All right, cool. Well, let's catch up on some offline TV stuff before branching out into the rest of the world. How has the casting been for MSI, Mark?
Sean?
Mark, how is
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's been okay. I actually haven't done it. I did the play-in stage and I did a random day. I don't know. It's been fine. Moving on. What?
What are these questions?
What are these questions?
What hair
host.
color would you look best? What hair color would look best on Albert?
I feel like maybe these questions should have been flipped.
Well, he
So-
didn't know I was hosting. He
Yeah.
just put these down. I could have put a little bit of effort into making sure I didn't lead with my own question.
I think he should go green or purple now.
Are you
Green or
dyeing your hair?
purple?
What is there something that prompted this?
Yeah.
No, it's just like my hair is growing out. Like the roots are
Mm.
showing. So this like every 2 to 3 months I revisit my hair color. I'm like, do I want to keep it the same or do I want to try something different?
Do you want to try
same.
something different?
I'm open to the idea, but I just changed my room lighting to be like a vaporwave cyberpunk look. And I feel like if I dyed my hair either blue or pink, it'll look weird.
He'll just blend it.
It'll blend
Oh.
into like half of the.
You could do half and half to
like-
perfectly blend.
Could you
I
do
can
like
do the Todoroki thing.
Yeah.
But blue and bubblegum pink.
Oh, that's
That does not
gross.
sound like a good set of colors.
could you do like reflective white and so it just matches whatever else is in the room?
I could go like Kaneki. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I think my skin tone's a little bit too dark for like just like platinum hair.
Don't know until you try.
Yeah, you gotta branch out, and then you can just up your you can just increase how many times you change your hair color, like once every 30 days or every month.
You should monetize it because Twitch is really scummy and you can exploit viewers for money. You should have a poll that people can vote on with money to dye your hair a certain color.
Oh, so at this at
1,000
this
bits
sub
minimum.
goal,
Yeah.
I will dye my hair whatever color. Oh god.
No,
that's-
you set up like a race, you know, so like red, blue, green, yellow, and people
Oh, you
people
have, like,
bid on what they
5
want.
sub
Yeah, yeah. So you,
goals.
have,
There
you,
you
have,
go.
you have all of them betting
Oh, I
against
should
each other.
program my lights and just have 4 tubes in the back, and whichever one fills up the fastest.
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
one.
Oh, you can actually do it to
Yeah.
correspond. Oh, first one to hit $5,000 is like the color that you do.
Ching! I can hear the money
Um,
now.
No, but like the reason I like have this discussion is, I feel like as Asian males in the
Totally relate.
yes in the internet content world, right? I feel like it's hard to differentiate yourself amongst like all your peers. So some people will dye their hair, right, certain color. I'm at the point where I'm like, is silver just like my brand now? Is it better for me just to maintain a consistent hair color than trying to explore, or am I just the guy that dyes his hair a lot, like all the hundreds of other Asian
You're
guys
right.
who
That
also
would
dye
be.
their hair?
You should just get that like buzz cut Asian look from like 90s anime that like half the characters had.
Or the cool bar haircut.
the-
where it's
Oh yeah, like the weird
pompadour?
like perm to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, get
big
a really
spike.
generic haircut. That would really be different for your brand than having cool hair to have really lame hair.
Ooh.
I mean, that's one way to-
somehow I don't think Albert's into this idea. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, like if I committed to it, like if I was just the guy with the super lame hair and that was my brand, that's fine.
I can.
It doesn't sound fine. For
or like
you.
what's a super edgy haircut that you could do, like shaved like half your head and like dreads on the other side? I don't know.
You have to put like a message and like in my hair.
Oh, have
Oh.
slightly music. That's too many letters.
That's too
But
many
slightly
letters.
music.
have your brand logo.
It's too complicated.
Ooh.
Put in
man.
some like random Japanese saying or like word
Yeah.
like heart.
Oh, just put Lily Pichu in your hair.
Oh.
Oh,
That's not that many letters. She would really appreciate that.
Lily, you watching this? Trying to give you ideas.
I know what you're saying though, because a lot of the casters for League of Legends is like we get memes like, oh, it's another white guy, and like all of us are just white guys.
Oh no, sorry, white guys above 6 feet.
Yeah,
That's only for
Yeah.
colors. Play by play can be under 6 feet, but to be a color caster, you have to be. So like I've always been like, what should I do to like stand out? And most of my ideas get shot down because I'm just trying to be a fucking idiot. Like I wanted to do. I've been watching a lot of Face Off, which is that special effects show that they do on Sci-Fi. If you've never seen it,
What?
it's really cool.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
have seen that.
it's basically like a cooking show, but instead of cooking, they do special effects makeup. So it'll be like make a bug character, and all these people try and make like
That's cool.
It's really cool.
Do they get judged on?
yeah. So then
Yeah.
like professionals come in and judge these people. It's a super cool show if you haven't seen it. But I was like, what if I got special effects makeups for MSI? And they were all like, what the fuck are you talking about? So every time I try and come up with an idea, no one likes it.
I think it's
That
great
could be your
idea.
brand.
Yeah,
That's what I said. I'll be the
I'm
special
just
effects
saying,
makeup guy.
Romaine became that guy who is like body painted in every, or like in some ridiculous situation in every tournament. So that could have been you.
I'll admit that I don't really get it, the Romaine shtick. Like I think he's a really cool guy, and I like when he did it in Europe. I was like, I get it.
He's a hype man.
He's the hype man for Europe, and then they came to NA, and we started using him as well. And I was like, I don't get it. Why is there just this like half naked man running around on stage?
It'd be one thing if there's like competition to that dude, like they had to like one up each other to be more ridiculous, but it was just him.
Yeah, and like before it was tied into his team and like Europe and
That's
culture
true,
and
yeah.
stuff. And then he came over. I forget what team he was. He was like Optic, but he just
Yeah.
came out dressed as like a gold and black painted character thing.
So he's like a professional mascot.
No, he's a manager for a team. He was a manager for I think
Dude, he just wants to be a hype man. He wants to bring some energy. I appreciate that.
He did, I guess.
He brought energy anytime I saw him. I like that. You're just shitting on people's dreams right now, dude. That's fucked up.
I just saying I personally didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't connect with it.
All right.
Final thoughts on Albert's hair? Green, silver.
What about you, Josh? Are you going to get your hair dyed a different color soon?
Yeah, probably. I like the problem with some of the colors is they fade really badly, and like my hair's starting to turn green, and I hate it. So I'll probably dye my hair again soon, once it grows out enough. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the follow up question, by the way, is: do you guys think unique hair colors give streamers an edge?
No.
No.
Honestly,
I don't
so
think
many
Ninja
people
would have
do-
blown up without his hair colors.
Actually, I kind of agree.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I think the fact that he had blue hair like worked really well for him because you knew him as that white guy with blue hair that like collab with Drake.
Then he got changed to pink, right?
But then, like, that was after the hype was already like his explosive hype was that he had blue hair. I knew him for that.
Huh.
As a person who didn't follow, I actually think so. Like, wait, not this is getting me suspicious. Like, should I dye my hair?
I know what you're saying. That like it gives you something for people to be
Identifiable,
more identifiable. Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, you see that dude with the blue hair who did the thing,
Okay.
and you're like, oh, okay.
I've never dyed my hair in my life. So you're telling me if I go, I'll hit like another 1,000 subs if I just go dye my hair pink right now, tomorrow.
Do it.
have a sub goal first.
Yeah,
Make
I
people
guess
pay
I
you to do it.
Scar doesn't even have alerts.
I would not make if I was a Twitch streamer, I would not make a single decision without making Twitch chat make it for me for money.
What the fuck?
True.
What should I eat today? Twitch chat, $5 to vote.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to get a point where I have a robotic arm that like will literally prepare my food, but it won't operate unless people donate bits.
It's like you're starving yourself for money.
I think of that one guy who got brought on to some game show thing. He was like a Japanese comedian, and they told him to live in this like box room for as long as he could, and he can only make money through like newspaper like lottery ticket things. And so this guy is being filmed while this whole thing happens, and he's locked in this little room, and he's just like eating anything he can because he's like starving. And then basically a year goes by and the walls all crash down, and then he's like in a live audience, and like he's like, what's going on?
That's just very Truman Showy.
Yeah. And so like,
what the? Wait, how much did he make for that? A year?
so I don't think he even made that much money. It was like the whole show was that he was going to be a famous Japanese comedian by the end of it.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but then what's even funnier is they did it again, where they he like re-signed up to do it for another year or something. It was like, I don't know. He was going insane though. He was like super skinnier than Mark, and looks like a skeleton, and like he was naked all the time because he just stopped wearing clothes because he's just inside all the time.
Like, did he think that by being in this show that he would become funny, or that they guaranteed him a?
He was like a comedian who wanted to like blow up or whatever. And
so he was already a comedian by trade.
Yeah. And then through this thing, he was supposed to. I'm gonna make you a star someday. You just gotta live in this box.
As soon as you told me he didn't actually make that much money, like if you had me live in the box for a year, I would be like, give me, if 7 figures isn't on the line minimum, I'm not doing it.
He probably wasn't a very successful comedian.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah.
He was hungry.
All right.
Moving on from hair and starvation. Pokey had her 23rd birthday, I guess, this week. It was on Tuesday night.
The only thing I have to say about that, well, one, I got her a late birthday present, and I dressed up as a white knight to give it to her. So I thought,
is that what the Instagram picture?
Yeah,
is?
Yeah.
Oh,
I literally was like, the day before. My original plan was to there's these toy children's lamps, cat lamps that glow different colors and are squishable.
Oh, I've seen
I think I've seen
those.
those.
They're like $15 a lamp. They're literally like this big. And I wanted to like literally buy enough to spell Pokimane on her floor. And I looked at how much money that would cost. I'm like, I'm not spending $1,500 on this. And so like I scrapped that idea so late. I was like the day before her birthday, and chat being like, chat, what do I buy Pokey? And they started recommending her stuff. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. Pokey has more money than God. She doesn't need like material goods don't matter. Like it needs to be like sentimental or custom or
creative
something
to be funny.
Yeah. So I was like, I got her the last copy of a signed Billions poster that I could find of all like the entire cast signing it.
Does she like that show?
She loves Billions. She comes downstairs and she like cares more about Billions than she cares about Game of Thrones. Coming on like the same day. So I got her that, and I got her like a cat face mask. I found out they're designer face masks now. They're designer a lot of things, and I got her one of those.
A cat face mask?
Yeah, it's like a cute like cat like face mask.
Okay, I didn't know if there was more to it.
No.
What did the designer do to make it?
It was just from like designer, and I was just surprised. I was like, this is more expensive than I expected.
Huh.
All right, people want me to show the clip. I'm trying to find it.
Wait.
Is it this one?
No.
Milady NPC.
Oh, you don't want to listen to like you're gonna need to turn the volume like an
This
all-time.
one.
Yeah, you're gonna need to turn the volume down. Like,
Well, it's muted.
It's muted.
Okay.
Can chat see?
I will make it so that they can see.
Okay.
This looks like the most painful process.
Yeah, my arm is very in pain. This is why.
Chat.
All right, this is your warning, chat. Turn down your volume now.
You don't understand. I was next to her and it was painful.
We need like a warning clip for Pokey.
No, Pokey's tag should be the warning clip. You don't.
She needs to have like a like recording, or like just something that's like, warning, this video may cause seizures. It has bright lights. If you know how they have those.
So should I mute it on, or like lower the volume on my end?
Lower the clip's volume on this.
You want it at like 20% max.
Okay. Oh my god, this is very.
What's going on?
I think
here,
he's spacebar here.
What are you doing, Albert?
No.
He doesn't know where the mouse is.
I have to resize this.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have to do it on my computer, which sucks. Like it fits over here.
Okay.
What's happening?
We can see it in the monitor thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry about it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
I said 20%.
It is like it.
And that she wasn't facing her microphone. She's facing away from her. So it's louder for Scarra because it was facing you.
You can't see it, but I literally had my finger in my ear, which
I found the last copy remaining.
How did she reach that decibel?
Happy birthday, Ahmad.
You know, she has like a compressor on her mic too, so.
That's crazy.
She would be a really good screamo singer. Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, we went to dinner, and hilariously enough, the dessert person made all the desserts for us at dinner was a big fan of Pokey.
Did you guys know that prior to like
no,
going
we
there?
had no idea. But like Hannah, her manager, came out afterwards, was like, by the way, the person who made the desserts, big fan. I just thought it was hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't go to it because I was nocturnal. Everyone else went though, right?
Yeah.
We're at the point in time where like unironically I can introduce myself as Pokey's roommate.
And that will get you more clout than saying I'm Scarra.
At some places, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
She hit the triple 3 million.
Yeah.
On her platforms. YouTube.
Yeah, like all at the same time.
And whatchamacallit?
We should
Twitch.
just like delete whatever the fuck is in our bios on Twitter or whatever,
just
and
put
just say like
Pokey's roommate.
Pokey's roommate followed by
Work with
Pokimane.
Pokey, yeah.
Works with Pokey.
I mean, the mods for people's Twitch channels already do that, right? Like, I'm sure everyone here has, maybe not Mark, has mods that officially say mod for X.
I've seen people like Twitter bios say that.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
I bet you.
I gotta check mine to see if mine.
I bet you one of your mods do. I 100% guarantee.
Yeah.
All right,
I
you want to bet on it?
We're not gonna sell this bet on air because that was painful enough watching you pull a clip out, then like go through all your mods profiles. But
I'm not gonna pull it up
right.
on this screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Scarra's right though. I see mods and people do it all the time.
Yeah, I remember
graphic artist for mod for
mod for
Editor for.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else cool happen at a birthday party that I and chat probably missed?
Turns out doing magic tricks for drunk people is really fun.
Doing magic tricks for anyone.
No, that's not true, especially drunk people. I feel like I ended up just doing like performing for Nate Shot and Courage like half the night.
It was like there's like
I can see them just be like, whoa, do another one for like an hour.
Yeah, pretty much. That was pretty much it.
That was it.
Lily had a bunch of footage of it.
Yep.
Did anyone grab some of the new 100 Thieves merch since we brought up Nate Shot?
Yes, it's the our care package is actually upstairs right now.
Oh, did we get any?
I got some already.
Oh wow, okay.
Did you? It's pretty hot. It feels really good. I like it more than their black hoodie that had like a kind of rough interior. The three stripe one feels so
better
nice.
Designed.
Yeah.
Yes, way better designed.
I'm sorry, I'll speak into the mic chat. Jesus. No, it's just because I leaned back. I'll eat them.
You talk actually pretty.
Pretty
loud.
I talk pretty loud. I don't
He
know.
just slowly fades.
He's like,
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep
All right,
moving.
keep
We're
moving
going
on.
slow.
Jesus
Scroll
Christ,
up.
keep going.
What about
keep
the rest
going.
of Offline TV?
Dungeon Drag is coming to Twitch channel. What can fans expect? We're still working on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, next.
You can expect it'll happen sometime.
Wait,
in the
wait,
future.
we made the official announcement right already? Semi-official? Not
Semi-official.
really.
Semi-official. We've basically.
We're
said it.
moving Dungeon Drags to Twitch. Here's your announcement.
We don't know when. We don't know how.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
All right, cool.
it'll not be a YouTube series anymore. It'll just be on Twitch
exclusive.
exclusively.
Yeah.
All right, next segment.
All right, so we're. Yeah, you want to fucking host it?
Yeah,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
I'll be a streaming/gaming.
Oh, that's a good. That's
Yeah,
really
now-
helpful.
now I
Albert.
don't
like
see
seeing the
any-
Windows background.
So, topic number 1 in streaming/gaming. New streamer house with Mitch Jones, Pink Sparkles, K Bubbles. Clip of them being loud and waking up Pink Sparkles. Boom.
Oh,
YouTube.
God.
God, I have to do this.
No. Okay, just stop. with
Okay,
the
let's
clip.
just talk. Let's just talk about the house in general.
Has everyone seen the clip
I've
in the
seen
room?
some.
I haven't seen the clip.
All right, you know
Okay.
what? Just pretend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
can just
did
do
see
it.
it. It was the one where.
I didn't get the context. I can just switch it. I have it ready.
Oh, you have it ready?
I have
Okay.
it ready.
Okay.
Oh, the
Look at that
transition.
wipe.
Oh.
Would you have sex with me for 100K?
Are we splitting it?
I will.
Are we splitting it 60-40? Me
Wait,
60,
for 100K, let's do it
40?
right now.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I started. I apologize.
It's actually the background noise of it and everything.
Wait,
is so
I actually
funny.
think this house is great. Like, this is definitely
I'm
like
creating-
the pop-off house right now, and I think that like it's like a very I feel like it's very polarizing from us because I think a lot of them are more IRL focused, and so because of that, like a lot of it is okay. The deal with the house was they move in for 6 months, and if no drama happens, Soda pays for 6 more months.
Wait,
Okay?
is it what defines no drama?
I think
At this point, it doesn't
it's
matter.
like-
It's
Yeah,
happened.
it's like
already happened, as you
big
can tell.
drama that to the point where I think someone leaves or like there's a big ass fucking fight about it.
I mean,
Which-
someone standing up in a hot tub and pushing someone else, which already happened as well, feels like that's
yeah. Okay, so maybe
feels like they failed.
but like I don't know what the qualifier was, but that's how the house started. Okay, and I think that like the next question is pretty important. What do you guys think are the core elements you need to create and run the streamer house? You see people who want to come together, and you need someone to be able to fund the idea. I think, and they need to be big enough that people are interested. And I think a lot of people here are big enough that people are interested.
I also feel like that's also not enough to make a content house live.
Well, it depends what you're trying to do, I guess, because as far as I can tell, there's no like overarching structure to that.
There's
other
no
than-
content. There's no content strategy. They're just coming together. They're roommates.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
mean, they're not coming together to be like, this is the house, and we're gonna be a YouTube channel like Click House or Just Friends or whatever. It's not like that, right? This is just a stunt thing that they're doing for like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they don't really even like some of them don't like each other that
Yeah.
much. So like, I don't know.
I don't know. That one girl who was yelling from the top of her lungs really sounded like she liked everybody else there.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up!
It's just so,
I just-
So
funny.
much love in that.
In my mind, I could just see, I've said that before in the house like a long time ago. Like, not seriously, but I could hear like Pokey say that.
I mean,
think
I
it'd be
don't.
funny.
I think I like. To me, if you live with a group of friends and they can get loud, like everyone has told their friends to shut the fuck up.
exactly. I just think it's funny. I don't even think that clip is bad.
No, me neither.
And people
No.
like started drama off that. I'm just like, that's just people living together, you know? You put a camera in any of those fraternity houses or putting any normal people, any 5 people live together, you're gonna get something, you know?
Yeah. I think like I understand. I saw that in the thread, a lot of people were like, "Well, why move into a streamer house if you want them to be quiet all the time?" And it's like, okay, well, she just wanted to sleep right then. Who knows? I don't know what her schedule is. Who the fuck knows? Like, she just wanted to sleep and she said, "Shut the fuck up." Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they have any larger structure other than like everyone individually streaming and living in a house together. So
I think that's fine. I think a lot of those streamers are gonna exit the house in 6 months or a year and be like bigger
Yep.
and better for it. So like this is a great opportunity for most of the people in the house, if not all the people in the
Oh,
house.
apparently they had an agreement.
that was after.
Oh, okay.
I live on live stream fails.
They have
so.
a curfew of 2 a.m.
They made a curfew from 2 to 10 or something.
I can't even imagine a
That's
curfew
nuts.
existing. Literally, like in any streamer house, like having a curfew is like What does that even
What am I in
mean?
daycare?
Yeah, like if I had curfew, Fed definitely wouldn't have like at 4 a.m. been drunk and like broke our bench, you know, in the last house.
Well, some people literally are nocturnal.
Yeah.
Streamers have the worst sleep schedule out of any people I know.
Like I don't know what day of the week it is. If Game of Thrones wasn't running, I wouldn't know when it was. The only time I knew the day of the week was when Beyond the Rift ran, and I was like, oh, it's 1 day till or 1 day after, or 2 days till and 2 days after. I had actually no idea.
Yeah. I don't even bother trying to reach out to streamers before it's like 2 p.m. because there's just a good chance they're still asleep.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah,
There was a joke in there about curfew for children, that house being children, but I lost it.
Oh,
I had it for a second.
Just call them children, Mark.
I was just yeah, okay.
Okay.
There was a joke there. I just couldn't find it. Any final thoughts? It's just funny. Like I don't care.
I think it's funny. Like,
yeah.
That is the house with Miz, right?
I don't think
Wait,
so.
No, it's not.
No.
It's
Miz
the
is
house
with
with
Scarra?
Yeah, he lives with. Wait, does he live with Era? I don't know.
I think
man.
Miz and Erov live together, but I think they don't live in that house.
Okay.
No, they don't live in that
Mitch,
house.
Pink Sparkles,
Oh.
K Bubbles, and a couple other DK and something. I actually don't know. Yeah.
Of those like multiple different like IRL groups or like whatever they're called, like I think Miz is actually really fucking
I think their shit is so funny. They actually do like skits and like when he
Yeah.
got unbanned, like
That
the
shit
coming
was
out, like in
really
the trailer, like
funny.
all that stuff was so
The World
fun.
of Warcraft trailer.
I really like Miz. Of all the people on like IRL right now, I think he's the person that I watch. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I enjoy him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that content too, actually.
Cool.
This
All right.
is our weekly drama.
Yeah, welcome to Drama Alert with our host, Mark Zimmerman.
Wait, you're
today.
just bailing on being the host because
Yeah, okay.
you don't want to cover the
Dude,
All right,
predator
we're
and
covering it.
Do you want-
pedophile
do you want me
stuff?
Super Metroid LPP streamer caught preying on underage girls and deletes Twitch and Twitter.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Every week, I think to myself, there's no way we can have a sex scandal this week or like some sort of like thing. And every week, I'm proven wrong on a consistent basis for months. And
I mean, we're not even covering the James Charles shit today,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
that,
That
that
stuff
easily
is
could have been another
interesting.
topic as well.
that's like a like this is pretty close to like I've met this guy. He's really nice when I met him. No, there's no problem. From what I saw, and then like this shit comes out from like this random this random girl, and then like with all these pictures that are pretty
Oh god, some of those screenshots were
crucifyingly bad. And then like he immediately so let's just talk about what he did. He immediately deletes his Twitch and Twitter when this comes out. Is that a smart move? Is that the right move?
for context, for people who don't even know what came out, it was a number of screenshots of him messaging specifically one girl that I saw, but from my understanding, it
like
might have happened to a
Junie.
couple others.
Happened to a couple other girls.
Yeah, but it was basically just like they were 16 or younger, and he was messaging them about just really weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to hard to even say just because it's so
it's pretty
It's-
CRINGE.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. So if you can find the screenshots, the one that we saw the most of was on Twitter from
Yeah.
Juniper Berry or Junie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like a bunch of screenshots being like, do I even want to say this out loud? It's just like,
No,
I love you.
The
blah, blah, blah.
the implication is that they're somewhat predatory. Okay.
Yes.
And-
Somewhat is
It's an
okay.
understatement.
yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Like I would say like.
They're super weird.
I saw this and I just thought to myself, the only takeaway from this is that I kind of empathize with is that sometimes I feel like as a content creator, it is easy to get lonely. So like that was his like excuse for doing what he did. I'm not saying it's justified at all.
Yeah, you're just this is
No,
what he
this
said.
is-
I'm
his
just
experience,
saying that like I understand like the lonely aspect because like I used to be or there's times in my lives where I literally like talked to no one or like talked to like very few people for like a year straight and did nothing but like video games or stream. And like I could do that, but it's not as satisfying as doing like having people there.
Yeah.
And so maybe he got caught in like a dark kind of pit.
I don't know what motivates someone to want to do that.
Yeah.
It feels like there's plenty of fish in the sea who are of legal age.
Yeah, it turns out I think the way it's explained to me, the psychology of somebody who like is predatory to underage people is it's a power fantasy. It's that you have authority over these people, and so you manifest your lack of power in your own life by trying to like bully basically kids into doing what you want them to do. So that is like what I've heard is the psychology behind what happens.
It didn't seem like it was like bullying. It was almost the opposite, where they were like.
He was, I mean, if you read those screenshots, he is like messaging over and over to this person or trying to press them into like, you know, and it's
more like harassment.
God, Lily, what have you walked into?
Lily, shut the fuck up, Lily.
But yeah, anyways, I don't actually, so Super Metroid is kind of a name that I didn't really know. Like I knew that he played in.
He's been around a long time in the Challenger. He's been like notorious for being like that one Vibe player. Yeah. It's like a running joke that like his paths always end at Dragon at level 3. Like in the first, so like everyone wards a fucking Dragon because like his Vibe route will literally end there like within the first 4 levels every game. And so like he's in Challenger. He's a good ass player. He's only
been in
Vibe player.
A couple of tournaments as well.
He's the only Vibe player I ever knew like consistently for years and years. He quit League to go start his other company before this. And then or working at some other place, and then this happened. Then, you know, now he's probably not going to be in the scene for much longer.
He's probably going to be remembered for something else.
But you know, that means that there's one more League Partner Program opening. Yep. The spot just opened up.
Everyone, get your submissions ready.
Yeah.
To your question about whether this was you're going to respond to Lily or
no, keep going.
Okay. She said EDC is not her scene.
I mean, I
things I would make a bet on.
Yeah. I think it is. You know,
I'll take not Lily's scene for 500, Alex.
I mean,
I think your question about was deleting your stuff the right move, I would probably agree. Like, there's too much damning evidence to be like, no, here's my side of the story. Like, there's no point in trying to argue that shit back at all. So just delete everything. Learn a new champ, disappear for 6 months, and come back as a Hecarim one trick, and like just be
no one knows.
Hopefully, no one knows. You're not Super Metroid. Just
Mike.
like go radio silent, delete everything, and just restart. Probably is his best bet, and also stop doing that.
Yeah. Also
see a psychologist.
Yeah. Nice. Months later, there's a guy named Super Mario. Who
Super
name's like, I don't know, fucking Ivern or some shit.
Yeah.
It's not me, guys. Anyways,
this is one of those ones where it's like weird to have a take on, where it's just like, that's super fucking weird.
I mean, we can kind of try to spin it toward like something relatable. So, Albert, how do you feel about aggressive predatory actions toward young Asian women
of the legal or not legal age?
Potentially looking of the, you know, it's whatever you want.
Oh, I don't think you should do that shit.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Super hot take. I mean, shit like this comes out fairly often. One of the things I remember hearing about within the content creator scene is YouTube in particular with VidCon was like a very, very like popular, I hate to use that term for this, but popular place for YouTubers to meet with their underage fans. And so I remember things like that coming out, and yeah, I don't know. It's crazy that this shit, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
There's always been weird people in the world. The internet just gave them a home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was also that thing, remember before, where on YouTube, the algorithm,
ElsaGate, that stuff?
Yeah, ElsaGate was weird.
Oh, yeah, that was so, like, diving deep into that stuff, it's, like, disturbing as heck.
Don't do it on your own YouTube account because your YouTube will never be the same afterwards.
Wait,
so basically, ElsaGate is this really dark side of YouTube where it's somehow SEO tagged to be, like, hidden in, like, kids' recommended feeds. And it's all like pseudo sexual stuff. It's like Elsa humping Spider-Man or something like weird like that. And it's super bizarre, but it gets, because of the way it's tagged, it's inserted into kids' feeds.
So you say like Frozen, Disney, you know, Elsa. You do all these tagging that would make it seem like
it's kid friendly, of course.
Yeah, toys, and you like, because the toy side of YouTube, much like there's like the beauty side, there's like all these like things. It's like the toy side that they kind of like embedded themselves in. but it was this other really weird,
Yeah.
fucked up thing.
It's super weird. I don't actually know where like it leads to for them. Like I don't know.
Well, from what I understand, from what I have heard,
Yeah.
and I understand is like,
Nice defense. Okay, keep going.
fuck you guys. It's like people would comment, kids would comment, be like, "What the fuck?" or something like that, and then they would go and like it would be like that's how they would basically like try to find people to be predatory towards. Would be like a kid would reply with a comment, and then the channel would like message that kid and reach out to them.
Oh
So they would yeah, that's what I understood how it was used.
Can people just stop?
All
Oh,
right.
actually, and Josh, what I was
weird.
talking about actually is similar, but not quite the same.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
the
Okay.
comment chain stuff where based on like certain types of comments or like videos of like young children doing stuff, and then and basically other like kind of predatory people would find others like them, and then
Within comment sections in
and
YouTube
became like a
videos.
community building thing for people with like a very
Yeah.
particular fetish.
God.
Okay, that's the dark
Let's
side.
move on to
Okay,
something we can
yeah.
all rally around. Pinkward.
I can't believe.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get banned.
I can't believe this happens. Like legit, this is actually the dumbest shit ever.
League pros really got to calm down. League streamers.
Like, I cannot. If I get banned for 30 days, or like even one day in the middle of my like 365-day challenge, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
And he's
like,
doing a challenge.
what? No. But like
Oh.
he's trying to be a partner, right?
Right,
so, like,
right.
Like he's just streaming normally. He's like, I don't know. I don't think he ever types in game. So people are like so surprised. Like he may get pissed off, but he's never types in game, right? He's not like super toxic. And then he just like got randomly banned for saying yeah.
Well, it's funny because when I saw the clip, I was like, I can't really hear what he's trying to say because it really does just sound like
Right. I mean, so like, if people don't know what we're talking about, it is basically the same thing that happened with TF Blade. Another guy was playing League and said fucking, and then it sounds like N-word.
Yeah, but it's actually idiots.
He was saying
or an idiot.
he claims he was saying yikers. And then I think like I heard the M word much more than I did with the TF Blade clip, so I understand the confusion again. But it's like not more than like a minute later that someone clips him and links him his own clip, and they're like, "Dude, what'd you just say?" And he's like, "What? I said fucking yikers." So it was like 2 minutes later he already addressed it, and he still got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So do you feel like this could happen to anyone of any size, right? Because it happened like TF Blade when he was like relatively big, happened to Pinkward when he's not like a partner, so he gets like maybe like 100 viewers currently. Like, should this be a fear for people of all sizes?
I mean, feels like it at this point. Like TF Blade's really big, but he's not, as much as I enjoy watching him, he's not like the face of anything.
So
you're
like, saying it would never happen to like a huge
like I wonder if it would have happened to Tyler one or
like
PewDiePie
Ninja,
or
like-
Ninja
or
or
like
Doc or
Yeah.
Pokey.
Well,
well, we know the answer to that one.
So I think maybe some people are safe, but like the question is like how fucking big do you have to be? Because TF Blade is huge on
Yeah,
Twitch. You know,
yeah.
he is the 1% of streamers probably.
Yeah.
Sub
no,
one.
like
Oh,
point
sub.
zero zero.
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that
Yeah,
guy's
he's up
huge.
there. So like the idea that they could happen to him is crazy. But I think it's just funny that like the thing that people found so wrong with the TF Blade situation is exactly what's happening again here.
Yeah.
Like
I just think it's going to be important for streamers of all sizes to take speech classes. Really like articulation.
Enunciate.
Yeah, enunciation, articulation can be
Can-
necessary as a
Can they just
streamer.
put together a list of all 2-syllable words that
No. The thing is, it's not really the. I think that the second word, it's the when you say fuck, like the N
everyone has to
bleeds
stop
in.
saying fucking because
yeah,
the end
that's-
the N keeps getting traveled into
Yeah,
things.
because if you just say like idiots on its own, like you're never going to hear that.
he didn't say fucking in front of idiots. That was something a lot of people thought.
Wait,
that-
really?
Yeah, he was holy shit, kill these idiots is what he said.
Oh.
People just
So,
said that for
like
some
I
reason
said,
it caught on.
articulation, enunciation, unique New York.
Use
Ow
no
now
words.
brown cow.
Yeah,
Red feather, yellow feather.
before every single stream, start saying those exercises, and you will become a better streamer. I promise.
I mean, it'll probably make you like more easily understandable as well, right? It's
I mean,
probably
some people's brands are literally based around not being understandable.
What if instead of everyone learns to speak English the exact same way, Twitch was just more reasonable with their policies?
Nah.
No.
That's out of the question?
Hell
Okay,
no.
sorry.
Hell
Bad
no.
idea.
Yeah,
Bad
wait,
idea.
wait. You're laughing at me. Are you serious? Sometimes I watch QXC or and I literally can't understand them.
that's how I feel about That's how I feel about Ariana Grande.
XQC,
or XQC, whatever. And I'll watch him. I'll be like,
What is that?
he like pounds his desk with his feet. That's the only thing I know about XQC.
and like,
I was
and,
like,
like
you take-
for me, he's funny, like actually funny. But like, I can't understand some of what he says. Like, it's like, for me, it's similar to somewhat like mumble rap. And I'm just like, well, what if he started speaking like perfect, like Oxford English, enunciated, articulated perfectly? He would lose viewers. I think it'd be really like, I think he would. That's his brand already.
Yeah. Just incoherent rants. Like the clip of him blowing out his mic when he was. Did you see that? I fucking love those. Anytime a microphone gets super blown out, and then the comment chain was just all like all these other compilations of people blowing their mics out.
Yeah, some of his rants are actually just so funny when he talks about like other people's streamer setups.
Oh, that was so fun.
Consoles,
Fucking
8 monitors. It's actually so funny.
God.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, yeah, I think it's just so weird that like immediately after Twitch gets in like a massive controversy about not doing their due diligence about like banning someone over what actually may have happened, like it just happened again like 2 weeks later.
I think if it was not such a small streamer, like it happened to another big streamer, it would have blown up super big. Like, I think right now it's still like a problem.
It got more traction than I thought it would have.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that like if it was like a several thousand viewer streamer, like it would have blown the fuck up super big, because them doing this back to back is like pretty unacceptable.
Yeah, it's just like what was your takeaway from the TF Blade situation? We already know that you guys didn't think you were wrong, but you at least unbanned him and did the right thing. And then
But this time he's still banned for 30 days. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, but that's like the whole point was like guy with no previous infractions.
Yep.
Didn't message him beforehand to be like, can you explain this clip? Can we hear it from your perspective? Did we slow it down in half speed? Did we do any due diligence before we slap this dude with a 30-day ban?
I feel like it's so easy, right? Because you just hire, you don't even need like an audio engineer. You just have someone who isolates the sound and you re-listen to it under like in like a
you can do it on Twitch. You can slow the speed down.
Yeah,
you can already
like,
do that.
I think that like it doesn't require that much, you know. And if this is, and I feel like it's not really being followed through.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It sounds like it. The first time I heard it, I was like, ooh.
Oh.
But the point is, not the first thing that you hear. It's to actually put 2 minutes of effort into it, or 10, or maybe, God forbid, you don't. Maybe he did say it. Take a day and like do the research, or like put the effort in. Like I can't imagine that. It's always like the next day they're banned and they're like, what did I do? And they don't even know.
That's the weird thing is like why wasn't the context given to the person of
why don't you reach out? Here's the clip. Can you explain
the
this?
context was like his email being like, we banned you for saying like racist or derogatory
Racist or hate speech. And he's like, what?
Yeah. I honestly, it was probably just flagged as like an automatic thing. He got reported a bunch. Like
they listened to it and like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get unbanned.
I don't think a person may even have.
You think it's just
listened
like automatic flag?
Yeah,
like,
because I bet you that it is so unlikely for someone to get just like mass reported on something like that specific that it probably is just like an algorithmic thing where it was just like, oh yeah, if enough people have reported. I mean, we could test it. Let's try it.
Let's get this channel banned.
No.
JK, please
but
don't
like,
do this.
I mean, I'm sure someone sees it, they clip it, they send it to the guy sees it, here's the word, bans the guy. Like I'm sure it's probably as simple as that. Okay. But I would hope it's not as simple.
The funniest thing is like there's like foreign words that sound like that word.
In both Chinese
you go east,
it's Chinese and Korean.
Like
there's this
that
Twice commercial.
In
Have you seen the Twice commercial?
I have not, but like I've been told like the word is like that, you know. Maybe for that's a little bit different. Like let's say they enunciate it a little bit differently, and like I'm just saying like, well, can you just not use that word on Twitch? Like period. If you're a foreign language,
Yeah, you can't, and that's why context matters. I think here, but yeah, I don't know.
Yikers.
That's
All
a
right,
hot
let's
take.
move on.
Context matters. I don't know about that one, dude.
Okay.
What else do we got in the streaming gaming
Ignore
world? We got
that,
through
ignore
most
that,
of this. We
ignore
got
that.
what is H7 grain? Is that more context around the Super Metroid thing?
I think so. Yeah.
so
Ignore that.
It goes
Okay.
up to here.
okay.
So I guess we're going right into Yumi. Was
I got
released.
League of
I got a
Legends
clip.
shit.
I got a clip.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, we got a clip
Oh,
about
that's
Yumi.
right.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Okay,
Really?
ready? Josh, what have you seen this clip? Okay.
Yeah, we can just ignore Josh.
Oh, it's
People probably think there's no way fucking T1 plays Yumi. This fucking alpha male playing fucking a little kitty. Huh.
I'll be honest, I was surprised how committed he was to not pushing a button as this clip goes on.
yep.
Because they get engaged on, and he's like off screen, and he comes back on screen as the fight is happening. I'm like, I'm for sure he's gonna press R. You know, like
Yeah,
for sure he's gonna
something.
press a button.
But no.
He's hard committed to the bit, and it gets pretty dicey here.
Oh yeah, it gets kind of scary.
Oh,
I'm doing it!
he's like, I'm doing it as they're all dying to Xerath.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna heal the ADC. He's not gonna.
It's so close.
Is this before or after the hot fix?
I think this is
Wait, does it even matter?
the hotfix is like cute.
People probably
No,
think
but
there's
if
no
you're not
way
playing the
fucking
champion.
T1 plays.
No, doesn't matter.
No, I don't think they buff passive W damage.
No. Okay. This champ is probably broken. Or pretty strong. Like from
You
everyone
mean after the hotfix?
Yeah, after the before hotfix it wasn't that good. After the hotfix they buffed everything on her kit. Everything. Everything. Her base stats, her passive, her Q, her E, multiple parts of her Q and her E, and her ulti. And it's the largest buff that's given to a single champion inside a single patch or hotfix for years.
Before we keep talking, a lot of Twitch chat is confused about what this champ is. It's a new champ. It's a cat. It's very important to understand that. It's a cat. And
okay, do you guys play Dota 2 and know what Wisp is? You attach yourself and to another champion, and you become they become an extension of you, or you become. An
you
extension of them,
basically attach to them. You are no longer targetable. Like nothing can happen to you, and your skills affect whoever you're attached to.
Yeah.
So basically, you can attach yourself to someone and then do nothing, which is what Tyler was doing in that clip.
Yeah. So I think she had the lowest win rate of any champion ever released at 29%. Literally the lowest win rate ever. Riot, in their infinite wisdom, decided we can't have our first ever cat champion that will sell a billion skins and shit be weak. So we're gonna hotfix her by buffing her and give her the largest buff that any individual champion's ever seen since League of Legends. I actually think it's the individual largest buff ever.
What did her win rate go to? Do you know?
It went up, I think, a solid 8 to 10%. So and honestly, the champion is very hard to play, and people have to learn to play with her. After the hotfix, I've talked to a lot of people. I've looked at her. I think it's very close that she's like actually really, really strong.
Well,
and it's pretty stupid in my opinion.
I thought she was advertised as supposed to be like easier to
That's
play.
what I was about to say.
Like in the champion page, right? It's like beginner friendly or something.
shit.
That's the point, is that you're supposed to be able to attach yourself to someone and do nothing but still contribute. But she doesn't play that way. So like
she's really hard to play.
and the design of her makes it so if that play style is ever strong, that means playing her effectively when you're actually popping off people auto, because she has some complexity. Like you want to auto attack to get the shield on you to then attach to someone for a trade, and like you have to balance your HP bar and your laner's HP bar. She's actually super fucking hard to play well. So like she's not at all gonna hit the design. Like you can play her, I guess. Like if you've never played League, I guess she's good because you can attach to someone and you'll probably be more useful than like Ramos. Actually, that might not even be true.
That's not my
She is a worse AFK champion than Janna.
Yeah.
And I think that people thought she was gonna be like a walkie Janna shield that was untargetable. So like you literally could AFK, but she's not like that at all. And the best way I could think of her is she has to have a low win rate. You look at Wisp in Dota, back when Wisp was seeing competitive play, I remember looking at the win rate, and I think Wisp had one of the lowest win rates ever in the game. Like, I think I was at like 41%. And that was like a balanced win rate. No, that was an unbalanced win rate because Wisp was seeing nonstop play in pro play. But because it's obviously going to be harder to solo queue with like that champion, which requires teamwork.
Wait,
And
did you
the
ever
same is true
play
for this.
Abathur and HOTS?
I never. I played it once. I think it was too difficult.
Yeah, because that one is like you have basically you can attach to anyone globally, so you're just
Doesn't matter. It's not the right address.
Yeah, that's our PO box. I keep on.
Yeah. Good try, Twitch chat. We don't give a fuck. People probably don't know what I was just referencing. There was a
There's a box.
there's a
behind
box
us.
with an address on it.
keep
It's our
going.
PO box.
Keep talking about the game that doesn't have a competitive scene anymore.
Yeah, that thing that no one
Oh.
plays. Use that thing as a
Yeah,
reference point.
yeah,
that thing no
yeah.
one uses.
I mean, I'm sure some people in chat have fond memories of that game as well.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
Heroes of the what? What is it called?
What did Abathur do? Because I actually don't know.
Basically, he functions a lot like Yumi, except I don't. I mean, he has a global. He's like he can attach to anyone globally, so you could affect like top lane and bottom lane.
Does he like teleport there as he does it?
I think he's kind of. I had never played him personally. I think I just read it really briefly, but I think he's kind of like almost like a attachment. He doesn't have a physical body, and he can.
He has like a physical body, and what you can do
It's
is
like it's like a storm host, right? It's like
Yeah.
you produce units that push a lane.
He stays in base,
Sounds
and then
awesome.
you can infest certain units. Your body is still there, but you can infest units, and you can throw shit out from the unit you infest, whatever hero or ally you want to do it.
So you're a walking ZZ Rot portal.
You're walking. I like someone's description is a walking hat. That's what it was. It was like a hat that shot stuff.
That sounds sick, dude.
Oh, what a great game! Heroes of the whatever.
Oh, actually, speaking about
Heart of
Heroes
the
of the Storm
Sword?
real quick, do you think that there could be a MOBA that doesn't have a competitive scene that is big? I don't think so. I think MOBAs need an esports scene to thrive.
It's hard to imagine why anyone would play that game over another MOBA in that instance if it didn't have.
And any new MOBA, like however good, I think it has to have an esports scene, or else it's fucking dead in the water.
Yeah.
I think it's tough because like the game genre historically has been so central to esports. It'd be like, let's make a new fighting game and
Not have a
competitive scene.
I guess it's true.
Yeah, it also feels like
No Smash jokes, by the way.
the MOBA genre is just kind of tapped out at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's what you think. Wait till League of Legends 2 comes out.
I mean, you can always be like, hey, we made well, they have to make League of Legends 2 good, because otherwise it'll just be the Melee League problem all over again. Melee and
But I mean, they can
the
choose
problem
to
that
just.
Melee is just better.
yeah, you just make League 2 sucks, and everyone's like, I'm just gonna play normal League, and then you shut the servers down. Everyone gets mad.
RuneScape throwback right there.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to keep talking about Yumi?
Hell
No.
I didn't
All
think
right,
so.
let's talk about.
Yeah, I don't care
Skip
about
that. Skip
yeah.
that. Just keep
Skip.
going. This is the
skip
one
skip
everyone
the-
wants to talk
Yeah.
about.
all right,
Team
here you
Liquid
go.
Mother's
versus
Day.
G2
Oh.
tonight in 3 hours. Who you guys got winning?
Fucking TL.
TL baby.
Oh, say, can you see?
Oh,
remember the words, actually.
Canada.
Are there more
we
Canadians?
Stand what?
By the dawn's early
Eli.
light.
Oh, so proudly we hail.
This is actually really.
I forgot about
Yeah, I don't know. This is a super cool time to like. I can't believe it's happening. That like,
Yeah.
like I thought for sure if NA ever was in a finals or like won, like let's say we do win, like the only time that would have happened was like the league scene's mostly dead. Korea has moved on to a new game as their #1 esport. China doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be in the dying days of League of Legends as an esport that like NA finally found their win. But
Yeah,
like
right. I kind of agree. Like I thought this was like China's time to shine. You know, I thought this was
Yeah.
like Korea kind of got knocked off a little bit, and China with their insane population size finally has like the qualified like players to be able to come up and like slap people silly.
Yeah, I thought League of Legends TBH was gonna start following the thing of Brood War, where it was just like, oh yeah, we're gonna pretend that like the Western scene has like a legitimate threat to the Koreans or whatever.
Oh my god!
And then slowly but surely, like as like people try everything, right? They try to bring in players to like help coach or whatever, and like they tried everything, and it just was like, well, Korean players are just way better.
I mean, that kind of did happen in StarCraft and then League, right? That you had a huge influx of imports, and then people found out that wasn't really working.
It wasn't really working, and so that's why I thought from here it was only gonna go down. Where it was like, well, we just have to feel that we just have to keep Koreans here for 3 years, and then we all have Korean NA imports.
You know what's hilarious too in StarCraft 2, Korea was so dominant that anyone who was like not from Korea were called foreigners because like the game, right? It's like imagine if you're NA, it's like, oh, the NA foreigners competing in our game.
Well, it's also super funny because China in season 4 there's like the mass exodus from Korea. Like they lost like 70 out of their top 100 pros or something crazy like that. I forget what it was. It was like
because they were being offered contracts in the millions.
Yeah, and like they would like players would leave Korea and go join like the second league in China because there's 2 or 3 leagues in China actually. And so like none of those worked out. Everyone was like importing players is dumb. North America was sucking with them, and then now you look and it's like, well, IG won the world championship with 2 Korean solo laners, and now TL has Koreans in the top and bottom lane.
You're telling me Core is a good player? That's weird.
Core's pretty good.
Core played in NA first, went back to Korea, and then came
North
back.
American Dignitas player, won the world championship, and came back to bail out his home region. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like for you, does that still count as like a legitimate NA win? Like if you just have 3 people who are technically imports who now are like
I think it's a win.
I gave up on the idea that like NA needs to be 5 NA players because like Riot gave up on that idea too. So like if Riot already concedes that idea is never going to happen, I just have to.
We're a melting pot. America's history is always about being a melting pot.
Like I'm still under the belief that at no point in time should Riot ever have adopted the
4-year thing,
or not even that, the 40% rule where your team could be 40% native. I think that the most imports you can ever have in the team is 1 in 5, which I think is there's a number of people that you need to have to compete in like the national soccer leagues, right? National football leagues for those of you who aren't in North America, and like there's I feel like 40% is a very large number. Like I think 20% is much more reasonable, and when it maybe, and this is all in hindsight, maybe would have been better for upcoming NA talent, but also may have been worse because maybe like it means that worse NA players would have stayed on. It would have taken longer for people to be kicked out of the scene, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think like if you look at the North American scene, they did a pretty bad job of cycling talent out.
Yeah, because maybe it would have been worse.
Yeah, who knows?
I always think that like I would have preferred it to be 4-1 because like sometimes it's hard for me to get around rosters which have imports. But you know, TL seems pretty,
especially with the grandfather or like the 4-year rule. That's when it starts getting a little weird to me because like, okay, Impact's not an import player anymore.
Bjergsen's not an import. Phoenix is almost not an import.
Right. There's a number of them. Piglet's not an import anymore.
Technically, Dexter isn't an import.
Theoretically, you could get 2 Korean players who are now grandfathered in or whatever it's called.
Get 2 more.
Yeah, then get 2 more, and you have a single North American player like by birth there, and it's like
it reminds me of like C9 in the Overwatch League where their first Spitfire
London
team
Spitfire, the team with
5 Koreans or 6 Koreans.
I can't think of anything more English than Korean.
I was just like, all right, you know, you want. I mean, there's no rules. You can't do this. So like, obviously, C9 did a good job and just picked up the 6 like Korean players that are really good. And if NA could do it, they would have done it too.
Yeah. But let's forget about that because we're in the finals. Woo, NA, baby.
America. Let's go, Smithy.
And I'm glad it's Double Lift too.
Yeah.
He feels like if you were gonna write a movie for,
he'd be the anime star.
He is the protagonist of the
Why do you think we
Western,
chose him
or at least
for
the North
the
American scene.
Yeah.
Commercials.
Yeah.
I think that like he is it's weird. He has like all the storylines to be like an anime hero, right? He like didn't give up when stuff was going down.
Met
like
hardship early with his parents.
Exactly. He ran into like, you know, his whatchamacallit, his very close relative dying like recently. All these like ups and downs that you expect in like an anime storyline, and then he like is able to come out at the very end with new teammates. He ran it back again and again and again, and like but like leveled up every time, and like went from like cocky to like being humble but still kind of cocky, and like became a fan favorite, and like I think that like he's got the storyline written now. Like if there's a script writer, like someone should just fucking make this a movie. You know, if he wins Worlds this year, that's the next major motion.
Did you watch the Netflix 7 Days Out series?
No.
Oh, that's the one where they follow a bunch of different scenes.
Yeah, they follow
right?
like the Westminster Dog Show. They follow a missile launch. They follow some fashion show, and it always starts 7 days out from the event. and it follows that week.
Really cool idea, by the way.
It's a really cool idea, and they just happened to be following last spring for the finals, so they captured that whole thing that went down with his family.
Oh shit!
And they had him mic'd and lobbed up, so you could hear him like taking the call with the hospital and shit. It was
really?
like, yeah, like if you guys have Netflix and care at all about the League of Legends scene, it's called 7 Days Out. Watch that fucking episode. And they follow other storylines throughout it too. It's not all about Double Lift, but it's like, welp, that was way better coverage than I was hoping for. Yeah.
Can't even script that.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, jeez.
But yeah, I'm happy it's him. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm happy it's G2 as well. Of all the teams I followed, and I think Parth is the one who first tweeted this, and I agree with him. That like he thought that G2 was close to becoming his favorite European team of all time, beating out M5. M5 was a team that was like revolutionary when they played. Like they were the team that were like invented fucking Olaf side lane, took blue buff, or like some stupid shit where you'd be like,
I still love when they gave Urgot blue buff 1v2 and Alistair ganked you from behind.
Yeah. I was just like, what the fuck? Like I remember playing against them and being like, these guys are so ahead of the curve. They're playing in like 8th dimensional chess, and I'm playing like I don't know, I'm playing like tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk.
You're just doodling. You're not even playing a game, and they're beating the shit out of you.
And oh god, that was a time when to warm up, Cutie was playing karaoke on stage rather than practicing mechanics. He was with Leisha and Pobelter like doing karaoke, like yelling in front of the crowd before the match. So like you knew we were like serious about the finals.
Yeah.
And then we got like blown out, you know. But I think G2 is actually the team that I watch. I'm like, this is how I feel like optimally League of Legends should be played. Not even all that way, but like close. I feel like in the perfect world,
their approach is correct at least.
Yeah, in the perfect world, you have players that can play, and this isn't even true yet, every position in the game. And you have players that can play every champion, and you work and you can create comps that can cover weaknesses of certain like our attack weaknesses of certain teams, that being able to pick a lot of flex picks across multiple positions.
I mean, just look at Game 5 from last night. I mean, they played Pyke top and Syndra 80 like in the ADC position, and like it's just fucking crazy, but it works because they
fucking genius. And also SKT has no idea how to play against that like absolutely no idea. The fact that they vertically jungled against against Wonder playing Pyke, and they vertically jungled the bot side, and not the top side. It's like mind-blowingly bad.
It's like Pyke is really weak for the first 3 levels. Let's get him through that freely.
And you have Kennen top too.
He's actually, oh god, I don't want to talk. Anyways, I'm fucking hyped for it. It's in a couple hours. TL has a big fucking.
Are you going?
Should we go?
There's an Alienware thing they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing like a big party, and they're like, yeah. I was like, do I want to be social? I don't know, but like, I know Josh, you're going, right?
Let's get fucked up.
So like Josh is going, and like maybe we'll go as well, and like, you know, it'll be cool. Like I'm really excited to be a part of the potentially best region in the world, and as a great streamer of this region, if we do win tonight, I can then put in my stream title for the next 6 months that I'm streaming from the greatest region in the world, and they can't say shit.
Very vested interest in.
I have a very vested.
Not even just because you're a fan.
My next YouTube title is going to be like 100% win rate from the best region in the world, and it's gonna literally hit 1 million views. Has a big picture of Faker and like perks with little
like X's,
through the ball, you know.
All right. Any final thoughts on Team Liquid / MSI as a whole?
So before last week, Jake messages me and says, yo, are you going to EDC? And I forget to message him back. And then after they ended up beating IG, I messaged back like, no, I'm not going this year. But good thing I didn't. I'll see you next year.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. I was funny. I was in a Discord call with a bunch of people watching the TL game, but I couldn't speak because my girlfriend was asleep next to me. So I was just like typing in it. And we're all just like, as Smithy was like popping off in that series, he had a great series. We're just like, man, I've never wanted to play Fortnite so badly. Look at how good you are if you play Fortnite.
Dude, like Smithy is definitely like, oh god.
Yeah.
Consistency king. But he had not a great tournament before that, but people will not remember that at all.
Nope.
If you ask people, hey, what happened to this MSI? This is what they're gonna say. They're gonna be like, North America beat IG in the quarterfinals, previous world champions. Xmithy had a great series, and before that, nothing matters because who the hell gives a shit?
It's best of one group stage.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. He wasn't even trying those games, and
He had another tab up, and there's like auto chess in Fortnite.
He didn't even care. Like, it wasn't a big deal because he knew he would just beat IG. It doesn't matter. I love that, by the way. People just the only thing that matters is the end result.
I mean, like, if you ask me right now, like, is TL better than IG? It's like, probably not.
No. And it was like, well, who do you think is better? Who do you think was the best jungler at the event? I'd be like, I think Clid was.
Yeah.
That guy is actually insane. But, now if you ask me that, I'd be like, it's Xmithy. Well, of course.
yeah.
It's not even close. Are you serious?
Yeah, fan opinion change very quickly. All right, we'll move on from this. All right, out of most of this drama stuff, some world news. Mother's Day was last Sunday.
Sean, you wrote this question?
What did you all do for your female creators? Why is it not like, what did you do for your moms? Like, anything like what did you do? Our female friends are not mothers.
Oh my God.
What?
She messaged me on WeChat that day and I forgot to respond.
Oh no!
So don't worry, Scar. I'll take the plunge with you too. I didn't call my mom.
No, cover for me.
I did not call my mom on Mother's Day. I sent her a text message at 11:30 and said like, sorry, I didn't call. I'm nocturnal. And some shit went down that day that like I was pretty busy with.
No, I remember reading this. I read this on stream. She sent me a bunch of pictures of her visit to Japan, and I was like, wow, this is so cute.
You left your mom on red. How could you do that?
Oh my.
Yeah,
I got my mom
a
Bad Sons Club right here. What'd you get?
I got my mom Ultra Boosts.
That's pretty sweet.
So, yeah, I'm a good son.
What'd you do, Albert?
I just called my mom.
She said, I pray every day for you and your brother.
Left on
God
red.
bless you. I love you and I'm proud of you. Take care. And gave me a lot of like thumbs up emojis because my mom's really hip.
Mm-hmm.
You should send her a clip of Twitch chat saying thank you, Scarra's mom, and then show all like the love. Maybe that would make up for it somehow. If
you want to
Twitch
film it right now? Just have
if Twitch chat spammed like thank you, Scarra's mom, and you recorded it.
I'll write it later. I need to craft a well thought message. I feel really bad. I can't believe I forgot. Holy shit.
You should just hit her with an A Lamau.
Thank you, my Asian creator.
Yeah. My
female creator.
That's what I call my mom, female creator.
Female creator. So gross sounding.
That's like the most Sean thing ever.
That's such a Sean.
Like, I was looking. Like, Chad was asking me before this. They were saying, "Oh, are there any Sean questions?" And I didn't see one. Like immediately looking through it, but now I see it.
Like half the questions were Sean questions, dude.
Oh god. All right.
Moving
on.
Stop much to say about that one. So Game of Thrones is depressing.
Last episode, it's over.
One more day.
Tomorrow.
It's
Look.
the end of the run.
Look.
Wait, are we going to watch it? Because all our peers are.
Well, I'm gonna watch
Fuck.
it.
I'm not waiting for them.
I'm not waiting for them.
Also, I've already spoiled it for myself. There's
Yeah,
some
same.
spoilers there.
Thanks,
Right?
Destiny.
Boys.
Did you watch? Did you read
No,
boys?
I didn't, but
Spoil-
everyone. No, I haven't.
Spoiler boys.
No, okay,
I have
okay.
no idea.
All right, but real talk. Everyone who says that this show could have been cleaned up in 10 episodes is fucking kidding themselves. You would need like another season.
I agree when they were like 10 seasons. That was probably what you needed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think the wrap up would have taken like so long, and people are like, "Nah, I think 4 more episodes would have wrapped up this season perfectly." I'm like,
I mean, to that point, like every extra episode you slap in here is gonna help.
yeah,
But you don't need to stop at 4. That's an arbitrary number.
I-
3 would have helped. 2 would have helped.
Yeah.
Actually,
10 would have helped.
cinematography was fucking great, and a lot of this, some of it didn't make really much sense. I feel like this is I love Albert's description of Game of Thrones. Here, you talk to them what you told me.
Wait, which part?
The what people do in the show.
Oh, you mean the look thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do a demonstration of a very common Game of Thrones thing. They just look at each other. Like they just have a lot of shots of them like turning around looking at someone, and then the reverse shot of them looking back, and then they like nod or they they do something. There's a lot of like I've never seen a show that's done that much.
No, you should watch more CW because that's exactly what every scene in the CW is like. Someone walks in, it's like, I just heard about your mom, and then they just look and they just exchange knowing looks. And then it just cuts because it's like, you can figure out what happened. We're too lazy to write actual dialogue.
You know, like the first like couple seasons of Game of Thrones, like where the dialogue is like insane. Like that's why Tyrion was like a fan favorite because his dialogue was like expertly written. They followed the books really well. And then you have like this last season where I feel like dialogue wise, like someone's son got into the script writing room, was just like fucking doodled on the the lines. You know,
it's so funny too. It's like, did you want to like write any dialogue for this? Are we spoiling episode 2 or 1? It doesn't matter.
I don't think.
It fucking matters. Like, do you want any lines about Arya and Sansa finding out? No, let's add 30 more minutes of a dragon attack. You know, like let's just shoot some more cool shit.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I feel so bad.
I have a general question for you guys. Do you feel like the show as a whole?
I done one. The John Stark, like, you guys use Free Folk, the subreddit?
Yes.
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, I just love how there's a bot for Jon Snow, and anytime you say John, it just responds with, "She's my queen. I don't want it," or "I love you." So good.
But like, for you guys, did you feel like everything besides the overarching plot was great? Like,
yes,
music is amazing.
Music's great.
Acting,
cinematography, special effects.
Well, special effects was kind of on some parts, but
really, which I don't have like a good eye for it. Like, what would be a scene where you're like,
okay, maybe not special effects. I feel like a lot of the fight choreos are not that.
Oh
good.
Yeah, that stuff is kind of glossed over.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
it's you can tell like the actors are not like stunt.
Just
people.
bring in the Daredevil people, dude. Let's see a good fight scene. I'm serious.
Like whenever I watch the people fight each other, they're just like whacking their. It's almost as bad as like the Pirates of the Caribbean one. Like, have you watched Pirates of the Caribbean? Every time they have a sword fight scene, I just like can't watch it.
It's like the same thing.
Is it just
well,
like,
it's so funny because like it's like they're trying to attack each other's sword rather
than each other.
They have this space like this.
Yeah, we're
and
like
they're
10
just
feet
attacking
apart.
here, like this, like as if that sword didn't exist, that it would hit them.
Yeah, so like I think a lot of the fight choreos in Game of Thrones, or like the big ones, it's not that good, but the overarching like formations of stuff is really sick.
Yeah,
I will say this. I read one theory that was like George R.R. Martin will release like the knowledge that his next 2 books are going to come out, and then everyone want to read them because the season sucks so much ass, and so he's just going to make like an extra $1 billion off of it. So I was just like, that is so smart of him. Like, you know,
I mean, doesn't he already have like $1 billion?
Yeah,
but that strategy is the ultimate, like, when people will care the most, because 2 years from now, people aren't going to care as much about Game of Thrones.
Like the show stops and he's like, that's pretty funny on Twitter, like 20 minutes after the show ends, hey, hope you guys liked it. And if you didn't, my new book, the 2 books are coming back to back next month or some shit like that. I'd be like, oh my god. Reread the entire series right there.
And then they announced Game of Thrones Brotherhood.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's happened before.
Wait,
has it happened in television
so
shows? Like, what's like the normal amount of time before you can reboot a TV series?
I mean, CSI just made like 10 other spin-offs, right? Like CSI Miami, CSI New York,
you know, they can pave new ground, because honestly, like, what if they did do Game of Thrones Brotherhood? I would
probably watch
I
it.
do, dude. You know, the early seasons are the best, so I'd definitely tune in for a season or 2.
I'd watch Game of Thrones as an anime.
Oh, that too. I mean, I'm just down. You know,
yeah, that'd be sick. What do you guys think about the petition that just reached 1 million?
Wait, which one? What?
There's a petition to have like, I forget the name of the petition, but it's basically like redo season 8 with good writers is the petition, and like got 1 million signatures.
Dumb. God,
not
people petitions are like the epitome of people like wanting to wish that they could actually do something about things that they can't actually. You know, like
it's just cathartic.
I guess that's the point, but it's like you're not doing anything. This is not a movement.
I think it tells you just how many people are invested in a TV series.
It's like an interest check.
Yeah,
it's more like a downvote. It's a really powerful downvote.
Yeah, it's incredible to me that they can get 1 million people. Like, Free Folk subreddit is like popping off, like
huge,
literally, like so much that like I go there and I'm like this is like the official Game of Thrones subreddit pretty much at this moment. And I think that it's crazy that a show can hit this high of a high. You know, you have shows that run like multiple seasons that don't feel that powerful. Like I don't know, Supernatural just ran for season number 8,600,000.
It's still going on.
It's It's like never.
think so.
It's like never gonna die. I'm gonna just put. It's my brother's favorite show, by the way. Just I want to throw that out there too. But like for Game of Thrones, it feels like everyone's just like hooked into it. Like you gotta know everything about it. Everyone watches. You watch. Your sister watches. Your mom watches. Your sister's friend watches. Their dog watches with them. Like everyone every week. It's like a global thing. You know. It's really funny that it came out during the same time as Avengers because those are two like incredible like global phenomenons.
Yeah. What'd you think? So one of the actors also responded to like that whole like petition thing, and she was an actor. She's not even on the show. She's just a general actor, but she was like, fans like go fuck yourselves kind of thing. You know, she didn't say go fuck yourselves, but it was like it's ridiculous. Yeah, that was the sentiment. She was like, people shouldn't ask artists to change their creative direction or something. Like that's where artists kind of thing. You know, fuck you fans for if you don't like it kind of attitude.
To which, okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I hard disagree.
I just think it's really obvious that once the source material came out, I think that they are trying to wrap up the show in any way, shape, and form possible. And like they have this limited amount of time, and they already told which one HBO they weren't going to do another season because they got offered for it, right? And they turned it down.
Yeah. So
like they're like, this is our timeline. We're doing it here. It has to be here. So it's like if it doesn't come out well, and you were given an extra season to like do it, like it's on you, you know?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where like I understand fan entitlement can be annoying, but at the same time, it's like, you know, artists like to say, like, if you don't like it, don't watch it kind of thing. But it's like, well, if you also put poop on my plate when I've been following it for 10 years and it's the final thing I'm going to see.
Yeah.
If you put poop on my plate, I'm going to fling it back at you. You know,
I
think it goes both ways a little bit.
I was just going to say that, like, if this ending didn't feel so disrespectful to like the time that people have invested into it, I don't like if it was just a mediocre ending, right? Or just
like fan service, unimagined, like unoriginal ending.
Yeah, just like whatever.
Everything worked
just
out.
Buy the books, like whatever.
I would have been. I thought it would be cool if like actually the main character just like died like randomly. I would have been more down with that than how they actually. Like some of them actually
like if one of the main two characters died in the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god.
Now what?
Now like
10 more
how
seasons.
The fuck did they end this series? If like I thought they were building up for this and like this happened.
Yeah.
This is like something I've been thinking about. Can you guys foresee a way to end the series that you personally would be happy with? And is it
at this point?
And the other thing too is like, imagine if they did everything that they did, like they hit all the same plot points, whatever people died at whatever times, but they just like built it up more. Like, would you be okay with that? Or do you just think the decisions for like what actually happened was just like really bad?
I think, well, so it's hard to separate like what I've read of spoilers for episode 6 and this. But I will say, I think the overarching plot points aren't terrible. Like, I think it's just the execution on a lot of them. Specifically for me as like a big lore nerd for a lot of things, just what happened with the Night King is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. Where like he's scene 1, episode 1 is about the White Walkers. You know, there's all this buildup, there's all this lore. They're like leaving people in dead shapes on the ground, and like you're like, what's going on? What's the lore here? And it's like, oh, it's been 8,000 years since you showed up. The long night, the long winter, all this stuff, and it's like. First battle.
You know what I thought? You know what I thought they were gonna go with him? I thought because there was that one scene. This is a little bit, not really. Okay, where like
if this is spoilers, if you guys haven't seen it,
okay, so like
for a second,
fire got breathed on him, right, and he like was indestructible through it, pretty much. And I thought the way that they're gonna reveal like actually he was the first Targaryen, and I would have been like. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. And then like
cool,
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I thought that's how the story was gonna go. I was like, holy shit! And they like kind of leaked it to us like with this, and then like I can kind of see how it works out, you know, like and then they somehow combine his storyline with John's to make it more like interesting and more invested for the viewers. And then that's not what happened.
Yeah.
I was just gonna jump back to Mark's kind of point there about the Night King and stuff. It just feels so weird to have built the Night King up to be this thing. And like, I felt like the message that Game of Thrones was trying to get at was kind of like whoever takes the throne, it's petty, you know, like in the big scheme of things, whoever's on the throne doesn't really fucking matter. They're all pieces of shit. They all like do all sorts of like fucked up shit to each other whole time. And then finally there's a big threat that threatens everybody. And now everyone realizes that the throne doesn't matter. And I thought that was the ending that was going to be pushed. And then it feels weird to go from this cataclysmic like thing that's happening to fucking Cersei.
Well,
know?
it's so dumb too, because everyone always references like the scouring of the Shire or whatever as like what this ending is supposed to be, because apparently George R. R. Martin has said that like he thought that was a very beautiful ending to Lord of the Rings, that there was like that extra thing that happened after defeating Sauron, excuse me. And then like that's what people are trying to say, like, no, that's what this ending is after the Night King. It's kind of the falling action. It's like in the Lord of the Rings, after they beat Sauron, only the fucking hobbits go back. Yep. Like this is like if the hobbits, Rohan, Gondor, fucking the elves, the Ents all showed back up and instantly slapped Sauron. You know, like that's what this ending was. Like all the people converged onto Cersei and just is like, it's horrible. You know, it's not a comparable ending at all in terms of falling action. What are you talking about?
I think Scarra mentioned this too, right? It's like in the beginning, there's a lot more like multiple like storylines going in parallel, and this one it just feels like at the end everyone meets together and they all do the thing like this, like thing A, thing B. Now we're at thing C.
All the like a great show converges the storylines very close to each other, or like at the same time, and that's why I feel like Game of Thrones is built upon intrigue from multiple different parties, you know. And then that's in the last season I didn't get in a show about like political intrigue between multiple parties and like what is going to happen. I got a action flick kind of,
and even then, like I understand at some point, yeah, they all have to converge to like the main point. But then they should start like hitting their payoffs, or like if you are gonna do something different than what you would expect their payoffs to be, to make it
subvert expectations.
Yeah, that's, and it's so funny that George R. R. Martin has that quote himself where he's like, if you say the butler did it and then you read online that fans already know the butler did it, so you made the maid do it, and then you just fucked your whole story because all your, you know,
oh my God,
foreshadowings about the butler.
Everybody needs to watch that video. It's like 3 minutes of the Game of Thrones actors being disappointed.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke is so funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what'd you think of the what'd you think of the ending? And Emilia Clarke's like,
best season ever.
Yeah, and then you see Kit Harington, and he's like, as the interviewer was like, okay, if you could sum up this last Game of Thrones in one word, what would it be? Disappointing. I mean, epic. One of the two.
What?
Oh, wait, really? You're like, oh.
Wait, is this like pre-season? Like is this like interviews?
It was interviews as season 8 was like starting to come out. It's like they're at premieres, they're at like movie events after they finish filming and before episodes started airing.
Yeah. Anyways, it was like pretty rough. It was like the actors were themselves looked like they were.
You know, whatever. I'm excited for. I hope there's a book announcement soon, because I really want to know what a show without a Night King looks like, so I can actually read about like actual good like.
I feel like
you mean the Great Other, who's probably supposed to actually be the big bad.
Yeah.
Probably, who knows?
But like, hasn't been revealed, so I'm more happy with his existence, like in like, you know, relative than I am the Night King.
I feel like the odds of George R. R. Martin finishing Game of Thrones is about as likely as Hunter x Hunter being finished before.
Okay, that's
the only upside is that Brandon Sanderson exists in the world.
Yeah. So like Brandon Sanderson finished Wheel of Time. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
He broke the last like part of the book. He got the end notes. And he broke the last part of the book into like 3 different books for the last book, and then he brought it all down. Sure, he messed up some of the plot lines.
Like some characters changed.
Some characters, I think Matt was the one that changed like the most, and it ended up. But like actually, he ended up like doing a pretty good job. And so I'm not saying he could. He's one of my favorite authors, like living right now. So like I'm not saying he could finish off Game of Thrones. I'm just saying I'm sure he himself has like a safe where he's like, this is how I would end Game of Thrones. Like every author, I'm sure has that. Like this is right down to the notebook. It's like, you know, I would end Game of Thrones this way. Yeah, I think it would be this way, and there'd be like a secret bad guy, and like this would be the way. Every author, I'm sure, has that. Like this is how I would do.
Can we hire him for Darling in the Franxx?
Yeah, he would do.
Start him with something small.
Fan fiction writer.
We should be able to make petitions for like what Brandon Sanderson should work on.
Send him in for Darling in the Franxx. Yeah. Send him in for like, I don't know.
Tokyo Ghoul, please.
Tokyo Ghoul. I don't think that one's savable.
Oh, did you guys ever watch Breaking Bad? The full thing?
Not the whole thing, though.
I just know I've only seen the first season, but I know the ending is like one of the best.
I heard like the way that this show happened was they knew the ending when the show began. They knew how they wanted to end the show, and so like
was that not true for Game of Thrones? I thought they knew the ending as well.
Hell no. The writers found out the way George R.R. Martin like wanted to end it like multiple seasons in.
Oh.
And before then, they were just writing. They're going for the source material. You know, I feel like Breaking Bad was a show that people always talk to me about a show being extremely good. I personally have not watched it, but I was told that like the way it wrapped up was amazing.
Like I heard like the middle few seasons were a little bit repetitive, where it's just like, it's always like you meet like a new guy.
That was my problem. There was like
overcoming it. But I heard the last season was like very like it subverts your expectations of like what that show had been.
I can't take that.
That phrase is like the Team Liquid memes for winning over IG and the Reddit throws the TL subverted expectations and like all that shit. It's so funny. It's no longer upsets. It's just expectations being subverted. Fuck, I was gonna say something. Have you guys seen Tolkien, the movie?
Oh, there's a movie?
It just came out, right?
Came out like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. It's a movie about Tolkien, his life, and not
Damn,
Lord
they
of the
really
Rings.
can milk him for everything. Yeah, okay, no.
Well, he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
he
what's
like
it about?
fought in war and was an orphan and really smart and shit.
Oh, so it was about his
It's about his life and like the inspirations for Lord of the Rings that he actually went through. Maybe it's not the best movie ever, but like as someone who didn't know that much about him, it was pretty cool to see. And what I learned was he created like his legendarium, which is like his whole like mythology and like the languages, and he created all that shit just for fun. And he wrote The Hobbit for his kids, and then someone got a copy of it, and like somehow word's like, hey, you should make this a whole book. And then that popped off, and then they're like, hey, you should make a whole thing. And that's how he wrote Lord of the Rings. But he already had like all the mythology and everything already. He just did it for fun.
Yeah, I think the people who invent like the world build that well are like insane. Like obviously he's the grandfather of a bunch of of a huge amount of different stuff. But like people who have like insane world building ability are like the people that I like largely respect. The people who can write epics are good examples. Like Game of Thrones for all is an epic, right? It's like a monstrous like 5+ book series. And anyone like even Wheel of Time book Malazan is considered to be like I think the best fantasy epic ever. I've read like 5-6 books, so it's up for debate, but it's like super good. And like the world building in that absurdly good. And like I think like for every like series you need like an insane world builder, pretty much.
What do you think about Name of the Wind?
Pretty decent, but it's not like an epic. I feel like
it's weird because it's about one guy and not about like wars and like all that shit. Yeah,
it's like it's not gonna end. Like I feel like they said it's a 3-book series, right?
Yeah,
but it's not. It's probably gonna be like a 5-book series.
Happening.
Yeah, it's like we'll see when it happens.
Brandon Sanderson saved that series too. He's just the savior.
He's the example of someone who could build like, intricate like systems. It like I think Mistborn was like it's always the entry book I tell people to read. I'm like, hey, you want to get a fancy fiction? Here's Mistborn. Good luck. And it's like, oh, your magical power is that it's metal. Like metals turn into power for you. Each person has a special one, and you keep small amounts of metal and you ingest it to use the magical power. And I'm just like, this guy's fucking genius. Holy shit. Like the way he crafted the world around it, I'm like, this is crazy, like crazy creative. And so I have a lot of respect for him. Really cool author, by the way.
Also, another random tangent. So you watched Tolkien, which is a movie about
Tolkien.
Yeah.
So there's a movie coming out about Elton John, but he's not dead yet. And then before that, there was the Bohemian Rhapsody thing. Like, what do you guys feel about movies about people?
Oh, well, I mean, once Poki comes out, the movie about Pokimane, I will
starring Scarra.
Yeah,
Scarra.
I'm sure we'll be like, oh, okay. If we could choose actors for us, who would you choose?
Well, you don't think one of us would play?
Hell no,
no, they're gonna whitewash all of us.
No, what the hell? Randall Park plays me, and then you guys can choose whoever. Doesn't matter.
Neil Patrick Harris is Josh Xell Kim.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so like who do you think decides like those movies and like
Hollywood?
Well, so like I know the Tolkien one had some criticism around it because it wasn't approved by like Tolkien's family. Like someone just decided to make it, and I mean, so with all due respect to Tolkien's family, I don't really know anything about them, but it sounds like they're a little up their own butt about like, this is our work. Our dad made this. You can't touch it, kind of thing. But I think I don't.
JGL can be played as me. That's totally fine with me.
I think a lot of it is just biopics are popping right now, and I don't mind them because I'm not going to read their autobiographies or anything. So make a biopic.
I think this is like a movement from like the book stuff, right? 'Cause no one reads anymore, so that's why
I can't read.
Move it to like cinematography, because it used to be that if you're a famous person, you would always have a ghostwriter write an autobiography about you. And some of them
That's still a thing.
That-
Like those autobiographies on Audible are like insane because they have the actual person read their own autobiography.
Oh, I didn't even
and
realize.
they sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, I like every president of the United States has done it. Every like everyone that's associated with the president has done it. Like the first lady, like the whatever. Any of the every famous sports person has done it. I remember the only one I actually liked. One of the only ones I actually liked was Andre Agassi did one.
Ooh.
And I thought it was like one of those things where it's like, you know, you get someone to ghostwrite your stuff, it's okay. You learn more about the person, that's it. His is actually really good.
Well, he hated tennis, right? And like his dad like brute forced him into playing it.
Something like that. Like
his story is cool.
It talks about like how his age affects like his play and like what he had to do to like get in to play. It's actually crazy. He's still one of my favorite players, by the way. But the Agassi book was actually good.
Was so good.
But like I can even see a world where like we're in like 10 years, 20 years, like we just have a ghostwriter. It's like, yeah, so the life of Scarra. It's like the life of Pi, but we'll sell a lot less. And so, you know, I'll be on Audible and I'll read it, and people will be, and it'll just be like, it'll be a very short book. It'll be like, yeah, Scarra stayed in his room all day and streamed League of Legends. He made OfflineTV, which had Pokimane in it, and like that's the fucking novel. I just read the whole thing
from 18 to like 30 can just get summed up as like, and then he sat on the computer.
Yeah, played League of Legends.
Yeah.
So do you think Poki's the first person to get an auto or autobiography?
I don't think so, but I think
of us or of game like
in the house,
like specifically one person biography.
Where you read your own.
I actually really doubt that.
We could write ours right now. We can get someone to ghostwrite us right now, and it would sell like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
no one would buy it.
But like, no, we'd probably still be a bestseller because you only need to sell 1,000 units, right?
To be a bestseller?
No. It's less than 10,000. It's like several thousand to be, because we looked this up. You only need to sell several thousand. Pokimane's. You guys are
being
fun.
Poki's roommate. Yeah, is the title of the book.
To be able to move.
Poki's roommate 1.
Oh my!
It's a series.
Sorry. But I think that like Poki was the one that would make the biggest splash because everyone wants to know like of all the people in the house, like some people like they like knowing how did Poki happen, because it's like, well, how did Albert happen? It's like Albert happened because like he just doesn't make excuses for his shit and does it, you know? Like when you talk about like, hey, I want to learn to do this, and then you just don't do it because you're lazy. Like he just does it, and he's just been doing that for years. And so like it's not like a secret, but for Poki, people are like, how did she become the worldwide phenomenon Pokimane? Triple platinum in 3 different social media platforms. Who knows? Let's find out from her roommate Scarra. Scarra, what'd you have to say?
Have you seen? I actually like a lot of movies like that, even though you're memeing it up. Like, there's one called A Courtship of Rivals, and it's about Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. It's like the best sports documentary I think I've ever seen because their story is just fucking crazy. But it's just that it's like Magic Bird and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. They're just getting interviewed, and then they're interviewing all their teammates, and they're interviewing all the reporters about that era, and it just makes it super good. And then they have all the footage that they can chop up, you know, and all the shit you guys do is online. So like in a period of time in the future, like that would be a dope movie.
Offline will become a book or movie in the future. I have no doubt. Someone from this house will release it.
You think so? Do you actually think so?
If I put money on it, I would say at least 2.
Really?
10
I
years?
actually don't think so.
I don't think you'd have a book about you, Xell.
No, fuck no, dude. No one would read that shit.
We life forever. Why, darling, the Franks let me down? Just like fucking like 300.
No.
Why, darling, the Franks writing wasn't that bad.
Oh shit!
Darling, the Franks apologist.
Oh yeah, actually.
That's Josh's hill.
That's the hill I die on. Defending Darling and the Franks and Sword Art Online. Oh Jesus! If that's my legacy, just please, just like
And me.
end me, and delete everything that ever had the word XELL on it. Just get rid of it.
But yeah, $2
No,
for Margaret.
the reason why I'm kind of questioning is because like I think right now Twitch is still growing in like what its final form will be. Like I think YouTube right now is kind of it's there, right? Like we're seeing
it's like a mature platform.
Yeah, it's
now.
a mature platform. We know PewDiePie. Like does PewDiePie have an autobiography? I'm sure he will.
Yeah, no, he has a book. He has a book.
Yeah, and like I'm sure like Jake Paul will, but I don't think where Twitch is at where like I don't think Ninja is the equivalent of PewDiePie because I believe Twitch or other streaming platforms will get bigger and there will be a new Ninja who becomes the PewDiePie, or maybe Ninja stays on top and he becomes PewDiePie. But like
I think Ninja could have dropped the book already. Like
I think Ninja's big enough to have.
Yeah.
you think so?
I don't even think you need to be Ninja size to drop a book. You know, I think anyone who averages over 10K viewers could like drop a book right now. Like,
I guess the reason why I say that is because I feel like
Twitch can't read.
Huh?
Is that why you can't drop a book? It's because your primary demographic can't read.
That's what Audible's for.
Yeah, you can
you're
read
right.
it to them. That's like the whole appeal of like those audiobooks.
Yeah, I guess my the thing is like Ninja is so much more like so much bigger than everybody else basically on Twitch that it's hard for me to imagine like the platform as a whole being like a big conversation yet. Like I still think people don't know what Twitch is. If you were to ask an Uber driver or your person who's doing your hair, like, oh, have you heard of Twitch? Likely is no.
If I say, have you heard of Pokimane? I would get a yes 1 in 3 times.
You think so?
1 in 4 times, yes.
1 in
let's
4
start-
Americans have heard of Poki.
I've heard of Pokimane. I think that's
Uber drivers. If I ask,
I think that's overestimating it by a
And also, I think in LA it might be more skewed as well.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I really don't think so.
I think Ninja could drop a book. Poki's getting maybe close enough to that, like enough of her, like 3 million fans. Like if
Look,
1% of them buy the book, that's still pretty
okay,
good.
so bestseller. Someone said 9,000 books sold in the first week is a bestseller. Okay, I think people can hit that number. You know, and I don't know. I can already in my mind see like the book titles. You know, Pokimane, Girl Gamer, boom, 9,000 copies. Shroud, FPS God, 9,000 copies. You know, Ninja, fucking Fortnite player with blue hair, fucking 9,000 copies. You know, I can see it now. Like I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna have books.
I agree. All right, let's get out of here. So that's gonna do it for the 15th podcast. Scarra, any big news you want to talk about coming up? Anything you want to shout out?
God, I'm so boring. I don't know. I'm just loving. I play a ton of League of Legends. I play auto chess, playing a very small amount of Flashback League, and I'm doing this 365-day challenge. And every time I'm on the podcast, I'm just like, it's just easy. Like I don't feel it's not like a challenge. Like I feel like a challenge should like stress me, but it's like I'm doing what I'm already doing. I'm doing the same thing I did last year, but I add a day on every week, and I'm just like, okay. But like maybe I think differently in 100 days. Like.
Yeah, when
Maybe
you want to like take a long vacation.
Yeah. Like I'll go on a long vacation, just start getting super stressed or something like that. Like, but like currently, it's like I'm chilling. You know, I like it.
Josh,
I'm still trying to think of my book title and how I can relate to Pokey and one, you know, like Pokey's roommate's a good one, but like Xell,
Pokey's producer,
friend,
producer.
an inside look at the life of lies of Pokey.
Whatever.
I need something like title grabbing so I can be a bestseller, you know?
Right, womanizer, Pokey friend.
Wait, what? I'm not the womanizer here. Wait a second.
You said you just wanted a catchy title. I'm giving you one. I'm telling you, 9,000 copies in 1 week, easy.
Oh God, just cancel my life.
Albert, anything for you?
I mean, I guess most immediate stuff is I'm trying to do more Magic stuff on Twitch, but I feel like it's really difficult because Magic inherently is a thing where people just want you to teach it to them, but I can't because of legal and ethical issues.
There's ethical issues?
Yeah.
Well, definitely ethical. I'm
Legal?
surprised about the legal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Do people like copyright that?
kind of. I mean, I know Teller ended up suing somebody for copying his shadow act. It's like he has an act where he has a rose and he cuts the shadow on the rose and it causes the actual like petal on the rose to fall off.
What?
Yeah, it's like a very beautiful act. And
He
someone
didn't have that act when I saw him.
he doesn't do. I don't think they do it for every show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think some other magician like like reverse engineered it and basically performed it exactly the same, and then apparently they settled it in court.
Jesus.
That's such a lame ending to the Prestige. And then they settled it in court.
But it's like
no cloning.
Yeah, but it's a thing where there are huge industries in, well, not huge, but like there are relatively large Magic businesses and creators in these businesses that sell products to other magicians. But if you reveal a secret like on YouTube or on a stream, then what's like, why am I going to buy this trick? I already know how it's done. And so
you don't feel like Robin Hood?
And like I could just be that guy that I just every week I buy a trick and I expose it on my stream, and I could probably get big doing that, but then no magician would ever want to work with me.
Hey, just
then you would be the number one magician.
You could be the Daenerys of magicians. Yeah. Better to rule with fear, or no, that's Machiavelli.
Rule queen of.
But don't be hated. That's also Machiavelli.
Like how else are you gonna get out of Poke's shadow, dude? I'm just saying. That's. I mean,
there was a guy like a couple decades ago, the Masked Magician.
Yeah, he was on. He had a show.
Yeah, and magicians hated that dude.
Oh, that guy who revealed the trick every week.
Yeah, he had a show on TV where
he revealed like the elephant disappearing thing, right?
It's already too late for me. He had a mask. I don't have a mask. I can't just suddenly just wear a mask and
shit.
Wow, disappearance of Lily Peach's boyfriend and producer at Offline TV. But in replacement, we have another guy named Bert.
Albert.
And he wears a mask and has a very similar skill set to Albert. And then that's how you started.
And then the trick is we reveal him.
That they're the same person.
No. That he's not.
Ooh, that'd be a plot twist.
Or you take the mask off and it's Josh and people don't get it.
Jesus Christ. just cancel my life. I'm serious. Just how do I delete myself from other people's memories?
I don't have anything to say. Watch TL versus G2 tonight. Everyone should watch that. It starts at midnight. PST.
We got a lot of time. 2 hours.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
Is that the games or is that including the pre-show?
No, pre-show starts at 11:30, so games are on at midnight. Yeah, I'll be doing that, and I'll probably do a Hotline League on Monday if people want to see our reaction to how TL beat G2. That'll be on Travis Gafford's channel. Other than that,
I hope they know the secret to being Pike is playing Lissandra. I'm not joking.
Press R on him.
Yeah, that's actually the only match in mid lane you banned. I'm not even kidding.
Cool. Other than that, thank you everyone for watching. For people on YouTube watching it today, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Our YouTube subscribers on the podcast is only like 25,000, but they get 65,000 views every time. So that means you motherfuckers are watching. Unsubscribe. We have basically 3 times viewership to sub.
Well, I mean, it just means they watch it 3 times on.
I don't think that's
for podcasts. I doubt people are like, let me rewatch that hour and a half again.
Dude,
we're not that.
Scarra really nailed that one joke. I need to hear
fucking hilarious. Are you serious?
So go and sub to our podcast YouTube channel right now if you're watching, especially on YouTube right now. All right, cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next week with the return of the main cast.
Wait, I am.
Scar will be here again, though.
The return of Pokimane's roommate number 2, 3, 4, and 5.